Guys, good news! There's a Nintendo Direct this month, except it's not a full Direct, but rather a Donkey Kong Bonanza specific Direct, which is kind of interesting in and of itself. So I want to talk about our predictions, our questions we have left about this game, everything that we hope will be answered or addressed. If not, we'll hope to see ourselves in this upcoming Direct, which we know will be about 15 minutes on Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. So first of all, before we get to our predictions and questions and everything, what do we think about the existence of this Direct at all? Do we see it coming? Were you expecting it?
I mean, after last week with the Splatoon news, like I'm like, okay, there's no way we're getting a full Direct. Like that was like Direct material, and now it's like, okay, they need to talk about Donkey Kong in some way, so this makes sense that we're getting this like a month out before the actual game comes out.
I don't think it means anything.
Here's
my problem with all of this. Nintendo's marketing or messaging has been really strange. They literally did 2 Directs very close to one another, and 2 weeks later they did another one for Mario Kart, which was a thing. I expect a bit more information, obviously, about Donkey Kong because we haven't learned much about it to begin with. So it will also be miles better than the Mario Kart Direct.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I don't think it means anything. I'm not saying that for sake either. It's purely, I don't know what their plans are.
Yeah, Nintendo is unpredictable, so in that sense, they can do whatever they want, and we'll just all roll with it. But my gut reaction is similar to yours, Nick. Between Splatoon Raiders and now this, my inkling is that, so to speak, we're just not getting a Direct this month. If not even possibly all that soon in the future. And it's funny because I had tweeted something about this. I ended up deleting this because I ended up getting a lot of people being like, what do you mean there's no Direct? And I'm like, well, here's more evidence that there potentially be no Direct. And I wish I hadn't deleted that freaking tweet, Nick, because it made me look like I was a genius. Almost actually ends up happening, I look like a moron. In any case, the main concern I have here is that it's going to be like the Mario Kart World Direct, which told us almost nothing, because Don, you're right that we haven't seen seemingly a whole lot of this game.
No.
But at the same time, you compare it to Mario Kart World, we've actually seen a similar amount in terms of gameplay, in that they had, I think, 2 tree houses dedicated to it, like Mario Kart World, and it was playable as a Switch 2 event, just like Mario Kart World. So, and I went back and watched the trailer, and, after playing it, I'm like, they actually showed off, I mean, obviously there's a lot more areas and stuff in the final game, but the gameplay they showed, is all evocative of what we've seen and played already, and that's my big concern, or maybe more my hope, I suppose, to put it on a friendlier face on this, because I was sold on this game, or nearly sold with the trailer, then I actually played it, and it kind of unsold me on the game, so I need this to bring me back in. I need this Direct to blow me away, show me what this game really is all about, if it's, beyond what we already have, and show me, what makes it so compelling. Because my concern is that the gameplay loop of, or the gameplay, I should say, of just picking up rocks and throwing them, and breaking a bunch of stuff, gets old pretty quick. So I'm hoping that they'll show us more things you can do with that, and why it's going to keep my interest for however long this game is, 20, 30, 40 hours, right? So that's what they really need to deliver here for me. Show me why this game is fun. It is coming seemingly from the Tokyo team, though we don't know for sure, and they have an amazing pedigree. So I'm hopeful that this is still going to be right in line with their other amazing titles, but I'm also a little hesitant at the same time, so...
Yeah, and like you said, you're a little hesitant about it. Like we saw that Mario Kart Direct, and it just felt like an overview trailer of everything we knew. Like, we could have put that together, right? Like, there was stuff that was like, I think we're more so like, wait, where's the new stuff? And I hope that's the case for this. I hope we're not going to be done with the Direct and be like, hey, where's the new stuff? Like, why do I want to pick up this game and play this game? And again, like, you in person, Andre, and you got to see it in person. Like, I mean... Is there really much more stuff that they're hiding behind this game?
This is the thing that concerns me, Nick, is I went back and rewatched the reveal trailer now for this discussion, and after playing it, I'm like, I'm seeing all the same stuff I was doing in the gameplay session. I'm like, this is the exact same game I played, minus all the new areas, and a few other, handful of new things, like other characters and all that. So, I mean, it's possible that it will all amount to something that's far grander than what I played, and that's my hope. But yeah, my concern is that the core gameplay just may not be that good. So we'll have to wait and see, obviously, but I'm hoping that they'll show a lot more here that'll make it all make sense. Yeah.
I think my problem with it is a bit more different. Like, obviously, I also watched it being played in front of me, I think my major concern is not so much the gameplay, because I think you can have some fun with that. My major concern is with the progression in this game. Like, what does that look like? Because I don't know if you remember, Andre, if you were trying to go to a level down, it basically pumped you back. It's like, hey, no, you need to stay here for this demo.
I don't know if I remember that. I don't think I may have even tried that myself, so I may not run up against the boundaries. So,
but yeah, there was a strict boundary in that demo where they clearly didn't want you to see what was down there.
okay.
Like, it sort of got a feeling from, hey, this is sort of tied to things that you saw in the trailer, but they never really elaborated on that in the last period. Like, they never really talked about anything related to that game.
No, it's interesting because if you zoom out a bit, like there's still a lot of mystery surrounding this game. There's still like, you know, including the purple rock, Pauline's possible involvement based on the leak, you know, all the teases of past Donkey Kong things, which may or may not amount to anything. So yeah, I think we should maybe hop in here and start giving our either our predictions or our questions we have that we want this direct to answer. So, Nick, you've done a lot of shorts for us about this game.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions or questions you have that you want answered here?
Yeah, I really want to know if there are, like, speaking of the leaks, like you said, if there really are going to be other companion characters outside of Oddrock, and what are they actually going to do, right? Because it seems like music might be, like, a big thing in this game. Because if you see the treehouse, I don't think you guys got to play this segment, but in the treehouse, they show Oddrock, like, singing along with DK, and DK's, like, snapping his fingers or humming along. So I really hope that these other characters, if there are other characters, actually have some kind of singing mechanic to them that help you out, because we have seen Pauline become like the mayor of New Donk City or like a singer at New Donk City in Mario Odyssey. So I hope like these other characters like join your team and there's some kind of music mechanic, because even I just watched the trailer again, there's like a party segment and there's like speakers in the background and like the rocks are jumping back and forth and dancing and music. So I don't know if this is actually going to be a thing in the game, but if it is, I hope these actual companion characters are doing something much more than just hanging on your back and saying, hey, go here or do this.
Feel like you took a big leap there with like having multiple companion characters. What leads you to think this?
So again, the one leak that we saw with Pauline, again, we don't know if Pauline is Oddrock, like maybe she transformed or something. But again, like we haven't even seen Diddy Kong yet, or we haven't even seen Funky Kong yet. So like if those characters are being hidden, like they have to be hidden for like a specific reason, right? Like they might not be playable, but they might be on your back in some capacity and helping you in some shape or form, right? Because like that's been a thing in Donkey Kong games in the past. Like even if you go back to Donkey Kong 64, you can switch between the multiple characters. Even the original Donkey Kong Country, like you had Diddy Kong there, you had Dixie Kong there, you had other characters alongside you. So see this journey be like a solo Donkey Kong game with like this new companion, this purple thing, like that's gonna be a little weird, especially that we haven't seen these other characters before. Like where are they?
Right.
Yeah, I really want to find out more about Oddrock. I wonder if they'll tell us more here. It's so weird that there's key art that exists featuring Pauline, which I don't understand, because I don't even, like, did they make it at one point before realizing, oh, we're gonna have her be a purple rock or something, or a purple rock instead, you know? Like, how does that key art exist? That's what doesn't make any sense to me, Nick, you know, because it wouldn't, it's not gonna be on the box, obviously. We've seen the box art and it doesn't feature, it still features purple rock.
She did have an armband on one of her hands that were based on those purple rocks, so who knows, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I guess the question is, is Oddrock actually Pauline or have some relation to it? It's just weird to me that the key art exists. When are they going to use it? They're not marketing with it. Clearly, not yet, at least. That's why I wonder. Like, you know, maybe she was just cut entirely. We don't know. You know, we don't know at all. So, do you think we'll find out here, though, Nick?
I think so. Like, this is gonna be the last trailer that we see before the game comes out, right? Like, maybe there'll be previews down the line, but like, this really has to kind of sell us on the game, especially you guys that seen it in person and played it in person. Like, I'm the one that's just sitting back here and watching all the trailers. Like, I still need to be a little bit sold on this. I'm sold that like it's a new Donkey Kong game and like it's a new big thing coming out. But like outside of that, I'm like, why am I picking this up? Why am I playing this?
Because it's Minecraft, Donkey Kong, except you're destroying things.
to me, that's sort of the cycle, right? Like, to me, like, the announcement trailer was nice, but also, I always need a second trailer to be sold on a Nintendo game.
And Nintendo's second trailers usually do, like, really kind of, in general, show you what the game really is about and show you all the things to get excited for. So, I wonder what more that could be. Like, I personally want to see, and I expect we'll see, more of those 2D segments. You know, we saw a brief snippet of it in the first trailer. We've heard nothing of it since that evoked that Tropical Freeze or DKCR style. And I want to see more of that. Like, is that just a bonus stage? Is it a bigger part of the game? Does
Right.
it is like an intermission that connects different worlds or something? We don't know. So I would love to find out more about that, because it doesn't look like it's just a standard bonus stage if it is, because those all have their own unique aesthetic. This looks quite different, so I'm excited to find out more about that too. I also wanted to find out more about the story, like the characters. I mean, we don't really know what's going on in this world too much. Like, we've had like little teases. Cranky Kong's there, and he talks about like some I forget what it was. He referenced something in the past, whatever it was, I believe. And I just want to know more about all this. Who all's here? What all are they doing? Who is Odd Rock? Like, why the hell are they here? Does the Odd Rock even know what they are?
We sort of know that you're dealing with an evil mining company where all the bosses are different sort of monkeys.
Right. That's about it, right?
Yeah. And those designs look really awesome. I think they looked really cool. But we don't know what it means in the grand scheme of things.
No, we don't. Well, I have a prediction. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Nick.
No, I was gonna say, like, we don't know anything about these new characters. Like you said, Don, like, their new designs or these new characters. I love their designs. I'm just hoping that there's some shape or form of King K. Rool here, because we haven't seen him since maybe Smash, but I don't even count that. Like, we haven't seen him in a Donkey Kong game for like decades. But I hope, for whatever reason, like, if there are companions, I hope like K. Rool like teams up with Donkey Kong in some shape or form to take over these new villains. Like, that would be such a cool feature or thing to do.
Right, that's kind of the only way it will make sense, right? Because we have seen the villains, seemingly, and there's no sign of King K. Rool yet. Although I guess there have been like a couple of teases, right? Did we cover one of those, Nick, on the channel? Like,
I'm trying to think I don't think we have so far, because I haven't really seen anything in the world, because we haven't even seen any like Kremlins, right? Like, I don't think any of them exist.
Yeah, there have been. I believe there have been some like subtle potential clues that people have been looking into that may hint at, some reference to King K. Rool, but I'm gonna make my prediction here. He's not gonna appear. King K. Rool, the Kremlings, they're not gonna be here. I'm calling it now. I want nothing more than to be wrong on this. I want nothing more than to be wrong. But beyond the little subtle, like, possible teases, including other teases, other past Donkey Kong games, like there's a DKC3 reference in there. There's another one we covered too, Nick. I can't even remember. There's other like references to the past games. That's probably all it's gonna be. It's gonna be like little cute Easter eggs and teases and nothing more. It's not gonna amount to anything, and we're gonna be disappointed once again as we continue to wait for King K. Rool's glorious return, which will happen eventually, Nick.
I was quickly looking this up if I could find the name of that group of villains. They're called Voidco.
Voidco?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little ominous. And that's capitalism for you.
Yeah. These monkeys are trying to take over all the bananas.
Yeah,
and the big
exactly.
brawny one, the lady, and the main one are all part of that crew.
But yeah,
right.
I'm a K. Rool fan, Andre. So like,
Same
I
here.
hope he's there in some fashion. But it's like, no, Nintendo just relegates him to like guest appearances. It's like, okay, you can play in Smash for a little bit. We'll put you in baseball for a little bit, and that's it. No, you can't go anywhere else.
Yeah. I mean, do we even? I guess like if King K. Rool is back and somehow a DK ally, do we even really? Is that what we want, or do we not? Do we want to be the villain?
No, I it's fine to do a different thing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just like after so long, at the same time, like the same thing is a different thing at this point. Like literally anything involving DK or King K. Rool will be novel at this point. So
yeah, like I'm trying to look up if there's any more details on the story, and it's mostly during the chaos of attacking the island, Voidco just stole every golden banana.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
So exactly what like K. Rool's job is, right? Like K. Rool's just like taking the bananas with the Kremlings, right? So, and that's the thing. Like, I think it'd be so cool for Donkey Kong and K. Rool to team up. I'm getting kind of like Crash Insanity vibes or Twin Sanity, where I think it was that was it, right? Where it was like Crash and Cortex, right? They were like teaming up, and like I think like you throw Cortex down on the ground, like you use him as like a weapon or something.
Yeah.
So like maybe, but that's the thing. Like if these characters that were just, hopefully this is the case, if they're jumping on your back, I can't imagine K. Rool sitting on Donkey Kong's
That'd be
back.
amazing, actually. Now I want this. Now I really want this. Yeah, hey, I'll take King K. Rool in any form it is. Like, I just want him to be acknowledged again, like, as an actual character in this universe, because he's been missing for so freaking long, and it's sad, and it'd be great to have him back. But yeah, we'll see. So, Don, do you have any predictions or questions you have about the game?
Yeah, I mean, to me, the main progression seems like collecting every golden banana that's spread around the island. Like, is there like a certain degree that you need to collect them? We then go to bosses. How will the game be structured? That's the thing I'm most concerned or interested in, really.
Yeah, but we don't really know how like the stage selection works, right? Like
Right.
like when I played, I was stuck in like one large area. Like I was underground initially, then we went to the surface, and I was playing around there. But we don't know how you get to like the next
Yeah.
region, for instance, right? Is there a
Yeah.
world map? Do you need to collect a certain amount of bananas to get there? Like how? Yeah, what is the progression through this game? And yeah, we just don't know. So
Again, like I earlier mentioned, that demo limited you to go to a different area in the game. Like if you wanted to take the elevator downwards to a more underground area, it basically stopped you from doing so.
right.
So basically, it didn't tell us much about how the game actually goes from A to B.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh, go ahead, Nick. Please.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case, because when we saw it in the treehouse, or when you guys played it, like Don said, it kind of restricts you. So I hope it's not like an elevator system. That's how like the levels are designed.
Like
And
Luigi's
it seems
Mansion
like,
3.
yeah, exactly. Like it seems like that might be the case where it's like, oh, you complete one area and then you jump into the tube, and the next level that you're in is right below you. And my hope is, I hope that there's going to be some sort of hub world in here, but we haven't seen anything like that, right?
Yeah, well, how? No, we haven't. Not that I didn't know of. But how would an elevator system even work? Because we've seen different like outdoor regions, so you can't have an outdoor region underground, really, can you?
So,
or
back to like the gameplay of the treehouse that we've seen. I think you like go through the tube, and that's kind of like the loading screen segment, obviously, because you go down, it's a very long tube, and then you're in the next region, and it's just giant and open. So like even though like you're going down further in the ground, I still think it'll be like open, like you're still going to see clouds and air and areas like
kind
that.
of Mario Galaxy.
Sure,
Yeah, like kind of something like Mario Galaxy, right? And then you just jump in the next tube, and then that next area might be like a forest themed area or something like that.
Actually, you're literally underground.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know, but we've seen like that forest outdoor area, and that looked to be outside, or properly outside. As far, I mean, I don't know. They could, who knows in this game? Like it's but I think about the cool thing about the Tokyo team is they're little bonkers. I feel like in their game ideas, and you never really know what's happening here. Like having Mario take control of like helpless creatures is kind of messed up, but it was awesome in the game,
But
so,
what?
through Cappy.
So what if the first level you've seen is basically the starting area, and then you go deeper and deeper down the hole?
What if you go to the other side of the planet eventually?
Man, who knows, right? Who really knows?
We don't know. That's it exactly. We don't know, and I do want to know. Like, is there a hub? Is it possible that 2D segment is the hub? Maybe you travel across the world through the 2D levels.
Be, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of I think they really kind of need to lay out how exactly the overall gameplay loop of this game works.
Yeah.
We know it like in general that you're collecting bananas and on a per mission basis. But yeah, what's the overall look of the game? Turn out to be.
When come the bosses into play? We don't know.
Right, yeah. Is there right, how's that work? Do they randomly pop up? Are they like the brutals from Mario Odyssey, Like we don't know.
Is there a story to follow, or can you just go off on your own, similar to Mario Odyssey? That's also a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Or even more so, like I guess what's it called? Bowser's Fury, right? Where it's just like you literally can travel anywhere, and then the boss might just appear, right? Like that's just Bowser in that situation. But like maybe these Kongs will just appear, and then you just fight them wherever they kind of show up. But I have a question.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when you guys were playing, did it seem like there was a major progression system for Donkey Kong himself? Like, are you gonna be upgrading him throughout your play session or your play time, or did it seem like he had everything at his arsenal right out the gate?
Honestly, we don't know. Like, it was sort of locked down. It was a very locked down demo.
It's so funny because Don says that, but I didn't get that sense really when I was playing it. It probably doesn't matter how you explore the world. Like I didn't feel like it ever pushed back against me. In a similar sense to like Breath of the Wild, that demo where it felt like you could do anything. So I guess I just took the optimal path that didn't run me into those barriers. But watching the trailer again, I don't think we saw DK do a whole lot in it that we didn't see you pull off during gameplay, right? So yeah, I'm not expecting like a Banjo-Kazooie ukulele type system. In fact, ukulele's even working against that now, where in the new remake of it, you just have every move from the get-go, So you want that, Nick, though? You want that progression of like moves and...
I don't know if I want that or not. Like, I was just more so curious if it seems like Donkey Kong seemed pretty limited at the time, and like he'll grow as we play this game. Because like looking back at something like Mario Odyssey, you really do have everything at your arsenal once you get Cappy. And then like the only upgraded system is like when you get a new like ability, right? Like when you throw your hat, you capture someone. That's a discovery, and that's like, oh, I can use this in this segment or this section. So I don't know what that would look like for Donkey Kong. It's like, oh, does he get more health, or does his like a punch become stronger or something? Like I'm not sure.
Have we even seen any kind of power-ups or anything yet?
I don't
No.
think so.
Yeah,
No.
like you think there had to be something like that, like maybe different bananas you can eat or something. I don't know.
But it would make sense then also being made by the Tokyo team because they usually have a principle of where you have all the abilities from the get-go and you just
Right.
figure it out from where you go there.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that actually. Like, I think for their type of games, they make more action focused, almost arcadey like experiences.
Yeah.
And I think that probably suits their style better. But there's always a possibility maybe DK gets stronger, maybe he can break more things over time. Kind of like leveling up in Breath of the Wild, right? You have all your core abilities, but you still get more powerful in some ways across the course of the game. So who knows? Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, it's funny because it's similar. I feel like it's similar to Mario Kart, where we either really know basically like most of the core things, or we don't. In Mario Kart's case, we did. Yeah. And it didn't matter, but the game was awesome anyway. I've had such a fun time in Mario Kart World. Yeah, DK, there's still a lot of mystery there potentially, and I do wonder what it's going to amount to. Including kind of tying back to something Nick was asking earlier, like, what the characters are going to be here. Like, we know Cranky's here, at least, offering some kind of guidance, it seems. But are there others too? Will Diddy make an appearance? Will Funky Kong make an appearance? Like, someone made a version of Funky in the new Bananza art style, and it looked amazing. So I need to see that in game,
We know that Diddy also got an official new render, and he's not in Mario Kart, so
right, that's
you
true.
have to wonder where does that come into play.
Good point. I think it would be nice if he's here. Yeah, I would love that.
I hope Funky's here, but I hope it's not a case. I guess two things. Like, one, I hope like outfits are here because I love that with Mario Odyssey, how you can just change your outfit depending on the world, and it doesn't affect the gameplay, which is nice. So it's like if I want to look like the clown outfit in like Steam Garden, like I can put on the clown outfit, but it doesn't make sense. But I hope that like Funky's here, and I hope there are costumes. I don't hope that like Donkey Kong could dress up as Funky, and that's kind of their replacement because he does look like it, right? All he needs is like the white shirt and like the bandana, and then he's set. He needs the jeans. Yeah. But I hope Funky's actually here, and I hope there's actually some sort of cosmetic option for Donkey Kong.
I hope you can surf in this game. I want you to be able to grab a surfboard, just go surfing on the ocean. That'd be amazing. So,
have we seen any water segments yet, or no?
Not really. I mean, it's mostly underground anyway. But
yeah,
I'm sure there's water somewhere.
There probably is. Yeah, you probably can. No, I do remember there being like some water in the demo, but there's like a fishing area, and I can't remember if I went swimming there or not. So I'm sure there will be some swimming areas though. At least I don't know. There'll be surfing though.
Yeah.
I have a weird prediction, and it doesn't really involve this direct, but here's my prediction. If we see no Diddy Kong here, I think that means they have bigger plans for Diddy. I think that means Diddy gets his own game. With his absence of Mario Kart, with his absence potentially in DK Bananza if he's not here, I think it means there's something big coming for Diddy. Whether it's a new Diddy Kong Racing or a new type of side game, whatever it is, I think they got big plans for him. That's why they're holding off on him if he's not here.
I would take a new Diddy Kong Racing, and it's crazy to think about because we haven't even got Diddy Kong Racing on NSO yet, right?
Yeah,
it's not there yet. So that's another crazy thing, right? Like, is Nintendo going like full blown with kart racers? Because we already have Mario Kart, we have Kirby. Who knows if there's gonna be a new F-Zero and then another Diddy Kong Racing or a new Diddy Kong Racing game? Like, yeah, that's just insane. I would love that.
That'd be amazing. Don, you're not sold?
I don't think they will make any more racers this year. I think they're racered up.
No, probably. I agree. Not this year for sure, but I think maybe in the future. Who knows? I don't know. It's just pure speculation. But if we don't see Diddy, there's something sus about that. That's more my point, right? So, yeah. What else though? Like
I have something.
Yes, please.
So you guys got to play the demo, and I did see this in the treehouse that mouse controls are an option. I think you go into like a first-person mode, and you like hold the rock, and you can throw it against something. Are they going to be pushing mouse controls further in this game, or is that just going to be like the one-and-done thing? It's like it's just for this. You don't have to worry about them.
Yeah, I don't think that's the main selling point of this game anyway. Like it's supposed to be a seamless world, and that's their big selling point, similar to how Mario Kart was a seamless world.
Right, and to that point, I actually didn't love how that felt. Like, it felt like it took me out of the game. Like, oh, I'm going around destroying everything rapidly, and now I have to stop and stay in place while I slowly aim with a gyro. So the mouse might actually be better. or the right control stick, whatever I ended up using. I think it was a gyro. I mean, I think I used both. But that actually took me out of the game, and I really hope there's not a huge focus on that, because that's not the kind of gameplay I play Donkey Kong for. You know, it almost felt like it briefly turned into like a Metroid game. You know, and that works for Metroid, but not for Donkey Kong, where you're analyzing like a rock structure around you. It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm a big monkey. I just want to go ape crazy on everything.
Hey, he's a corporate monkey with a tie.
That's right.
He's got the tie and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, like another question I have. Yeah. Playing Mario Odyssey is probably my favorite Mario game ever. My big hookup on Mario Odyssey is how you need motion controls for like a few things. Like if you throw Cappy out and you want Cappy to go directly to an enemy while you have him out, you have to shake the controller. Are they going to limit anything like that to motion controls? Like, am I going to have to like shake the controller to do like a ground pound, or like to throw a rock harder, just a little bit harder? Is that going to restrict me to it? Like, like I love Odyssey, but I hate that that's a little thing that you can't turn on or off.
I had a bad thought in my mind that I kind of need to speak out.
Oh no!
What if this game is done against the 9-to-5 establishment?
It's like what are you saying?
Donkey Kong against the 9-to-5 establishment.
Like he's going against it, or
yeah,
so it's like anti-capitalist. That'd be amazing.
I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's hilarious to think about how, on one side, you have a corporate monkey with a tie fighting other corporate monkeys.
I do like this idea, actually. I'm fully on board with this. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Nick, we'll have to wait and see. But I hope not, because I would think that they learned from Mario Odyssey. I don't think anyone really loved that there were these motion-controlled exclusive benefits. So I don't think they'll do anything like that beyond, you know, the innate benefits of you know, using gyro or mouse controls, for instance. Although kind of related, because, you know, Mario Odyssey also had that 2-player mode. You know, will there be something like that here? Like, will there be a way to split up and have Odd Rock do their own thing, or a second player help out? You think so?
I think so. Just do the throwing on his own.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that's the case, like I'm always excited to see a feature like this, but in the grand scheme of things, like I'm never going to use it, right? Because it's like a little down, or it's best for like a parent and a child, right? Like you can just give them the controller and they can like tag along. But I always hope, or I always wish that something a little bit bigger than that, because they had it in Bowser's Fury. Like you can play as Bowser Jr., but the camera's always focused on Mario. So again, like if that's going to be the case, I think it's going to be a little bit like that, or like Odyssey, where someone can play as Cappy, but you don't really get too much out of it. Like I don't think you're going to be playing the entire game co-op with someone playing as player 2, right?
No.
Not like in a split screen type thing, probably. No. As amazing as that would be, but yeah. Anything else, guys, that you're hoping we'll see here, or you have questions about that you want answered, or you're predicting to see?
I'm excited to hear the music. Like after hearing Mario Kart World, Mario Kart World is one of the best soundtracks ever. Good. Like I love it. I downloaded it. I've been playing it in the car while I'm driving. I'm like, oh my god, this is even great just outside of the game. But yeah, I cannot wait to hear the soundtrack for this game.
And Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 have amazing soundtracks as well from the same team. And Odyssey as well, of course. So yeah, I want to see what they're bringing here. I can't wait. That's going to be amazing. Don, how about you? What else do you want to see or have questions about?
I mean, once again, for me, it's just purely down to the basics, because I don't think, in the grand scheme of things, we know what the gameplay is like. I just need a grander understanding of how this game is going to play. To me, that's the most important thing, really.
Yeah, I guess, I just need to see, I guess really just seeing more is it, right? Just need to see more of how everything works. Because, yeah, I just need to understand the greater context, if there is more, of, like, you know, all the digging you do, and, like, you know, like, is that all, you know, I mean, are you just digging in every new area, like, looking for bananas underground, or, like, because if there's a lot of that might be a little problematic, just because it's kind of repetitive and boring. So we'll have to see. Yeah,
what's the end goal of Voidco? Why did they attack the island? Why did they want all the bananas so bad?
Maybe because they're actually working for a higher power, being King K. Rool, baby. King K. Rool, found his monkeys, enslaved them, put them up to this, and we're gonna find that out at the end. There's gonna be the final big boss, King K. Rool, baby. He's back.
My only concern, I guess, last thing I have is that I wish they didn't show so much in the first trailer. Like, I wish we didn't see the burying into the ground, even though that's probably going to be like the main thing of the game. I wish they saved that for the second trailer, right? Because if that was the case, then I don't think they would have been able to show it at the treehouse because that's full on gameplay. But I'm just going back to like Mario Odyssey. I know I've been going back to Odyssey a lot, but going back to Odyssey's first trailer, and when we saw that, outside of the little teaser at the Nintendo Switch 1 trailer, but when they first showed it at the big showcase, like they didn't show Cappy at all. It was just Mario running around, and we were happy enough with that. And then the second trailer is like, oh my god, there's so much more to this. And that's the thing. I don't think that's going to be the case with this game, right? Like I said, I wish they saved the dig-in for the second trailer and kept everything else for the first one. But, I mean, who knows? Maybe there is something there that's going to be like a Cappy that we're not seeing.
Assuredly, they're hiding some sort of twist because you don't spoil everything in the first trailer. That's not how Nintendo does this anyway.
But that's the thing, they did it with Mario Kart though. Like when we saw the next trailer for Mario Kart, it's like, wait a minute. Well,
to be completely fair, there were 2 trailers for Mario Kart in the same span.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, the difference though, Don, I mean, you're totally right historically, but the difference here is that the game has been playable, right? So there can't be like this huge central mechanic that they're hidden from us really, unless it only shows up later in the game, because we've played the game and we didn't see anything like that there. That's my concern, is that maybe we do have seen most of the core stuff. I
agree with that, but also at the same time there was a smaller lead up time between the two. Like this was announced in April.
Okay, sorry, what are you saying about that then?
So there's always only been room to show so much, and the fact that they only showed one trailer and a playable demo still means that there are plenty of surprises they could show in a potential direct.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at least level design wise. My concern is with the core gameplay, that we just do have a good understanding of how that plays and feels. And maybe, and even knowing that, like, it may end up being completely fine in the long run. Yeah. I was just surprised to be as disappointed as I was with the demo that I played at Dallas. But again, maybe it'll make more sense in a greater context, or context, if you will, having more playtime, seeing more levels. And yeah, maybe there is more. I mean, obviously the biggest mystery involves Oddrock. Like, what is their exact role in this game? Do they transform? Can they be replaced with other buddies? Right. And actually, that could be it. Maybe that is it. Actually, maybe that would make sense, because we know Oddrock plays some kind of role. We don't fully understand it, and maybe it is that helper character that really does lend a much greater sense of gameplay to the game.
Exactly. So, to me, I always gave them a benefit of the doubt until the next trailer arrived. It took a bit longer than we expected, but and it also like a weird period where they already did the trailer or the OFU trailer for the game that comes a week after, which is Mario Party.
Yeah.
So it does feel like they're only getting this together in the final month before a game's release.
I feel like they should swap it. They have it backwards. Mario Party should come first, and then Donkey Kong after. And it almost feels like, well, if Donkey Kong sucks, let's see a Mario Party waiting for you,
Yeah. But like the whole communication period has been sort of strange.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. And for me, that's going to be the direct. Like, if the direct doesn't hit, then I'm not interested. That's also the truth of things, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and and there's nothing wrong with that, of course. And I will say, if any team has earned, the right to, given the benefit of the doubt, it's a Tokyo team. Like, almost every game they made is like blown us out of the water. And so even if DK hasn't done that for me yet, it still very well may. Even if not in this direct, maybe when the full game comes out. So. Yeah, I'm excited. I love Tokyo Team. I have a lot of faith in them, and I do hope that they deliver here, and that this doesn't end up being like a Mario Kart World Direct that just shows us a bunch more of what we know. Like, if we see more of that freaking core first area where they're digging underground again, it's like, oh god, get me out of here. But I don't think they will. I think we're gonna see a lot of new stuff.
They are going to recap every single Nintendo Today video.
That was my biggest fear. You say that as a joke, but I'm like, they're like, do you know you can play as Donkey Kong in this new Donkey Kong Bananza game?
They're gonna go over every action. They're going to go every funny face that Donkey Kong has made in those short videos. It's going to be the first 10 minutes, I assure you.
Oh, actually, to that point, do we know if the game has a photo mode yet? Because if not, it does. Okay, perfect. Okay, well, that's something that they may recap then in the thing. I will say, like, I've been a bit of a downer in this only because my impressions of the gameplay. I think visually the game looks amazing. All those all those silly dumb Nintendo Today videos, like, they're still endearing. I love the emotions that DK has now.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I do want to see more of that. Like, I just love how that looks in the general vibe of the world so far. And I want to see more of that. I want to see more characters, more of the world, and that art style in general. Like, it looks so good. And if we see Diddy, I can't wait to see him, like, emote at a similar level too, hopefully. So,
yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, so I guess I have one more thing. I know I said that before, but do you guys think there's any chance that we see new Joy-Cons here, or a new Pro Controller, or like anything? Because we only have the standard Joy-Cons, right? There's no other colors out there right now.
Yellow and brown for bananas.
Yeah, like yellow bananas or something like that. Is there any chance we see that here?
I don't think so.
No.
There's a chance. It does seem maybe a little early, especially with the Switch 2 still being. Is it sold out? Like, is it sold out? I don't know. Like,
I haven't checked.
Can you find one? I haven't either. Yeah.
It depends on where you look over here. Like, there are places where it's completely sold out.
Okay, right. Yeah. I mean, who knows? It's possible. I mean, they have to put them out there at some point, right? I just wonder if it's a little too early still. But do you think do you think we get any other DK adjacent news here? I mentioned the Diddy Kong tease, but like, not that I'm expecting it here. But like, for instance, could we get new Mario Kart World costumes announced here? For instance, with DK and Pauline.
That would be amazing, but I feel like that's something, knowing Nintendo and how they've been operating the past month, I feel like that's a Nintendo Today thing.
Yeah.
We're going to wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning and be like, oh, here's Donkey Kong's new overalls in Mario Kart World. I'm like, wait, why are you telling me
You
that?
can race in his overalls. Like, the overalls are the cart.
It is weird on a side tangent that Donkey Kong only has one costume.
It drives me crazy.
And Pauline!
Yeah, and Pauline.
Yeah, it's very strange, which does make me, that's why I'm wondering if there is a connection to this game. Nick actually had a short about this too. Like, could there be more to this, Like, are they teasing more, like, costumes in the future? Because what an odd pairing to omit them from, so...
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll wait and see. Probably not, is my guess. I do think they have costumes coming, but it'll probably be announced either, as a Nintendo Today thing or part of a future direct. Like, hey, by the way, now DK and Pauline have their costumes from... DK Bananza, and I guess also related to that, I'm curious just to find out, like, in a timeline sense, when this game takes place. Not that Nintendo cares much about timelines, but I say this intro, because the art of Pauline that leaked is of a younger Pauline, like in her, like pre-teens or early teens, maybe it seemed. I think, right? Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
so.
she does look young. So, like, is there going to be any time traveling in this game then? Like,
oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
I say that, and we can't, like, Donkey Kong that we're playing as isn't going to be like the Cranky Kong, like in the older games, because Cranky Kong's already there, right? And we haven't seen Diddy yet, but if that's the case, like, if there are some kind of time traveling, is Diddy going to be younger? Is he going to be older? Like, I don't know what they're going to be doing if that's the case.
Yeah. What do you think, Don?
Will be fun. I mean, to me, what is interesting is she indeed looks younger. I wonder, it could take place early in the timeline. Who knows? Like, for even the arcade game.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't even think about that. And like, taking place earlier too. Like, what if like Donkey Kong does help like Pauline build like New Donk City? Like, what if that's at the very end and that's how it ties back to like Odyssey or something like that?
Oh, that's a cool idea.
I would love to have like an area that is New Donk City, but like you're kind of like building it from scratch. I don't know if there would be any kind of building mechanic, but it's like you're working with Pauline. It's like, oh, this is where like the tower is going to be. This is where like the center area. We're going to put some buildings over here. Like, that would be awesome.
I didn't think about that. Like, and could they go even further, like recontextualize the original Donkey Kong within the setting?
Yeah.
Like where you have this Pauline that's, along atop that, structure, and you have to rescue her. I don't know fully how they would do this, but it does make me wonder now, Does Cranky Kong take her up to the top and, RDK has to go rescue her? I don't know. It's got me thinking now, especially with the fact that Tokyo Team is the same ones that, came up with New Donk City.
Yep.
And it kind of gave them this weird like hybrid, or this weird partnership almost. Like, we don't know what their relationship is, right? Like,
no.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, if you look at New Donk City, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but, like, don't you see the signs for all the different Kongs? Like, you technically don't see any of the other Kongs unless you see DK at the very end, but he's, like, the pixel one when you're trying to get to, like, the celebration at the very end. But that's, like, all you see for Kongs is, like, the signs, the pixelated DK, and that's it.
Oh, that brings up a good point, because not only are there streets for each Kong, including Cranky Kong,
Yeah.
who we know is here, also for the animal buddies too.
Yeah.
Are the animal buddies going to be back in any way? Can you ride Rambi around? Can you ride Ungard or Espresso?
Yeah, I would love to have an option where you can get back to the animals again, because like I love that partner aspect, or playing with those other characters in previous Donkey Kong games. So I hope that's here in some shape or form.
That'll actually be kind of cool if like they're in a lockable in the game, like you have to go rescue these animals, and then you have their abilities for whenever you need them in the future. Yeah. I don't know. Don, any final thoughts?
Not really on that. Hopefully. Yeah.
I'm curious to see what happens here. Like, that's really it. Like, I hope they blow me away. I hope it's not like the Mario Kart World Direct, where it just retreads everything we know, and we see some truly new stuff that gets me excited to play more of this game. Because, after that demo, I was a little disappointed, so I'm really hoping that this will bring me back into the hype train for DK. It's a new DK game, a new 3D DK game. I want to be hyped for it, so please show me what I need. So,
is there any chances that we get a demo after the Direct? Like, I know that's not a good sign from Nintendo, right?
No.
Like, if they drop a demo, but again, no chances.
No chance.
Yeah.
Not here.
I mean, there's never a 0% chance, but I think that not 0% chance, like 1%.
Yeah. Most of their demos aren't they usually multiplayer related? Well, I mean, rather, like, that come out. I guess there was that Mario and Donkey Kong demo that came out before the game, right?
Princess Peach Showtime got a demo.
Also, yeah.
Oh, that's true too, you're right. So, okay, it's not impossible, so.
I mean, the Splatoon games also technically had a demo.
Right.
Yeah,
well, that was a play test, though.
Yeah, the
right?
network test. Same thing with ARMS. They had the network test.
Right. Yeah, I guess, I don't think we've seen a demo, correct me if I'm wrong, like a pre-launch demo for a big first-party single-player game. That's single player, single player.
Yeah, like
focused.
nothing for Zelda, nothing for like Pikmin, nothing for like Metroid.
Right.
I think Metroid Dread got one later, like after the game came out.
It did, yeah.
I mean,
nothing for Mario either.
The closest I can remember, which was also, it was just before launch, was I think the Pokemon Let's Go demo.
Yeah.
Which was which was the only one pre-launch in a while. Then later, Mario vs. Donkey Kong Peach Showtime.
Right.
That seems right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could, Nick. I mean, they could just release the demo that I played at the Dallas event, though. Maybe they wouldn't want to, because I know I wasn't the only one with the lukewarm impression from that demo, apparently. Which I was kind of happy to see. I'm like, oh, I'm not alone on this one, you know. So,
but it's to me, it's not even a bad thing to release a demo, because there's only a number of Switch 2s out there who have a game,
right,
and will buy a game or two. So incentivizing them to play something and see if they like it is never necessarily a bad thing.
No, I mean, I think we're all for it. Yeah, for Nintendo, I would love to know their logic in this, because so far they usually do it with either like smaller games or untested games, whereas Donkey Kong's like a known property, and so I wonder. I would love to know their logic behind it. Like, are they worried that you might get your fill from the demo and not pick up the full game, right? Like, oh, I dug a giant hole here, I'm set. You know, I don't need to play the full game to do that. And I don't know, but I'd be happy to have a demo. We'll see. So, all right, any final thoughts? Or are we done here?
I know I keep saying I have one more thing. There's no chances that we get amiibos or collector's edition, right? That's it. That's my last thing.
No. I feel that at this point they would have announced it by now, even if without a direct. Like, to me, a month before the game comes out seems a little bit too late to announce a collector edition or amiibo. Who knows, right? To me, it's like, even now, I'm still considering. I think there might be a direct in July, and then they will just do more details on Donkey Kong randomly.
Yeah. Probably. I just wonder if there's going to be any more collectibles. Like, can you unlock costumes in this game, like Mario Odyssey? Or
who knows,
like,
man?
It'd be amazing if you had like that retro, like 8-bit style costume that turns into the Donkey Kong sprite. Yeah.
That sounds like hard to control in a 3D environment.
Well, didn't they do it for Mario in They did it for Mario in Odyssey, right? Like
they had the polygonal 3D.
Yeah, the polygonal one. Yeah.
But then Mario.
I thought there was one for like his 8-bit version too. That they added as like DLC or like a random update.
Well, it was still 3D though, I think. Like,
yeah, it was still 3D.
Yeah. But they did have the 2D segments in the game though, where the costumes also work.
They definitely have that. Yeah.
Which, hey, if those are back too in some form, I'm here. Like, you know what I would actually love? Here's my hope. I'm not expecting it. And it kind of ties back to something I teased or mentioned earlier. I would love if they found some way to incorporate like either the gameplay of the original Donkey Kong arcade game, you know, either in a segment or, you know, repeatedly, or a bonus stage, but where you're like climbing a structure, you know, to reach the top and you're dodging barrels or whatever. I know you should be Mario for that, but I don't care. Like, I would love if they found, or maybe you're DK and you're throwing barrels down at someone. I don't know. I would just love if they found a way to incorporate that into the game.
Yeah, that would be awesome if that was like a final boss fight or something. I'm just thinking of like DK Spaceport, like make it like high tech or something. Like you're fighting this giant monkey that like this rip off DK that the this enemy team made, and you have to just get all to the top of the tower and defeat them.
That reminded me of one of the idea I had. DK Spaceport reminded me of it. I predict you're gonna go to space at some point in this game, and you're gonna break apart and punch moons at the final boss or something. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I see DK hanging on to like a rocket ship and just like his face like just getting dragged back.
Right? Like that's probably why they made him so emotive. That justified everything. His cheeks would be flying off his face. It's gonna be incredible. I called it. You can see it. We probably won't see it in the direct, but it's gonna be the final game. I promise you. All right, I think we're done here, right? I think we're done, or we're gonna wrap it up. Everyone, thank you for watching our predictions, hopes, and questions we have about Donkey Kong Bonanza. I truly hope it blows me away, but I want nothing more than to love a 3D Donkey Kong game. I'm excited for the potential of it, even if the demo let me down a little bit, and I can't wait to see more of it. So, on that note, Don, Nick, where can people follow you at if they want to see more from you guys beyond at GameXplain? Don?
Nick? Oh, okay.
Besides here, like Andre said, you can follow me on my personal channel. That's Steftendo, STEFTENDO.
You can find me at Nintendo. It's NANTNDAAN.
On YouTube and Twitter.
And Blue Sky.
Perfect. All right. You can find links to most of that in the description below. With that, everyone, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later, and stay tuned for our live reactions to the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct. I hope it's a lot of fun. So we'll catch you later. Bye, everyone.